This is Kal Kat to Kal Katster. See, the studio is a mess. Leaving the studio. But yes, this is a review of the current Lion King remake. The other review did not record correctly on the phone. Here is the one on the camera. We know this is going to work. But I can make it even briefer. And it was all right. It was unnecessary. Right away, I'll say that it gets about 2.5 stars. A little over that. Not quite 3. I've did parodies of the songs in the past. Raunchy parodies. They reference the "he got downhearted every time that I fought" it line in the movie, as though they've watched the parodies, which they didn't, because the farted was cut out in the original one. They cut out the Morning Report song, which was in the 3D version. They didn't need that, but they kept mentioning the Morning Report, as if to remind the audience, "Oh, that happened." They kept mentioning it over and over again, like Morning Report, Morning Report. Different characters would say it. Zazu would say it. The history of the original Lion King was Kimba the White Tiger and Hamlet. Hamlet, Shakespeare, of course. Kimba the White Tiger was a Murasaki cartoon series, Japan, and Disney stole the idea. They did, and Murasaki sued them, and so from then on, they had to mention them somewhere in the credits of any new Lion King stuff. Because, they totally took it. Kimba the White Tiger. And Murasaki also got to have some English dubs through Disney and distribution of some of his movies, so there was a settlement. The movie has already annoyed the Walkers of Channel Awesome, and I'm not sure what Stone Gremlin said yet. There was a preview for Cats, the movie. I've seen the original, the stage play. I've also seen the Lion King stage play. So, and Cats is... I went on about how Cats was kind of like the Heathcliff cartoon, which ergo both were like Aristocats, both Heathcliff and the Cadillac Cats, and the characters were similar to those in Wuthering Heights on purpose. Also, the Cosby Kids, Fat Albert is Wuthering Heights as well. So it's all that Victorian era book that was updated, which confused me in literature class in the 90s. I had never heard of Wuthering Heights, but had heard of the characters of Heathcliff and Mongo and so forth, because of the cartoon, and the Professor Higashi knew this, and she was, "Oh yes, the cartoon, but we're talking about Wuthering Heights." It's kind of a messed up story, Wuthering Heights. Anyway, so it's a Lion King. Basically, it's the same story. The songs were fun to play, to sing along to, but they're the same songs. It was like a Disney Nature lion video. At one point, they go through a lot of trouble to take a piece of that. Well, we go through the whole story. Scar is evil, and he wants to usurp the throne from Mufasa. The scene in which he sings "Big Prepared," the actor isn't Jeremy Irons and can't sing and didn't try to. So instead he says the "Be Prepared" stuff. It doesn't work nearly as well. Also, the hyenas had become sort of like fascist characters marching along, and they got that out too. Even though, because that was messed up. They left that out. Elton John added a song near the end, but unlike in the Aladdin movie where they threw that extra song in there that seemed like it didn't belong there, from Frozen, that's what it sounded like. Didn't object to it being an empowered woman scene. Objected it to the song just not fitting. It just didn't fit. This case, the song didn't fit either. But it's all right. They carried on the Nala scene a little longer. Although if you think about it, if there's only one male in the Pride, um, uh, yeah, Simba and Nala are actually half siblings, same dad. Ew, yeah, yeah. That was brought up during the movie. Also, the fact that Simba gets exiled after Mufasa's death, and Scar takes over, and then he becomes, as somebody next to me said, a lady with a kid said that with several kids there, so that the lion's sort of an insectivore, sort of a vegan insectivore, which would weaken him fighting Scarlet here. Yeah. And yeah, and why was "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" done in broad daylight? The song is "Can You Feel the Love Tonight." It wasn't nighttime. In the original, it was nighttime. It wasn't nighttime. Can you feel the love today, tonight? Sun's overhead. What? Yeah, what was their motivation for falling in love? Anyway, just because they were there? Huh? The lion designs were weird. Little uncanny. It's like a house cat. More so than a lion. They behave like house cats. That's how they modeled them. A Disney nature tamed lions thing. They didn't really, yeah. But yeah, it's fine, I guess. It's it's a little bit better than the Aladdin one remake, but yeah, didn't need to be done. There was also a preview for the Addams Family, the remake. At least the characters there don't look as uncanny as those in Cats. You couldn't get any furries to do the cats. Come on. Also, they're supposed to be anthropomorphized cat people. They're not literally cats with people faces. That's just weird. Doesn't look right. Although Rebel Wilson's character and the guy Mbaba's character, Mbaba, yeah, Idris Mbaba. His character looks all right, but yeah, it doesn't look like the Cats works. Nor does the Lion King remake. So yeah, yeah, I summarized that better anyway. But yeah, so second take, it's fine. It's not as awful as the Walker's complaining about it said. It's not horrible. It's just unnecessary. But it exists. I had mentioned other stuff on the other take about having just watched again the thing from 2 years ago, the Jack and the Beanstalk, the Japanese Jack and the Beanstalk movie. He goes, "Are you happy?" And she goes, "No one's happier than I." And how that was mentioned at Fanime. But yeah, so what? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I guess they're sort of my rundown thing of review. Well, yeah, Simba. There's another scene in the movie where the movie decides to gloss over a piece of Simba's mane getting lost, trampled on, blown through the air. They spend 5 minutes on this, and then it lands in a tree. A giraffe eats it. Then the giraffe poops it out, so they can have a poop joke. Dung beetle pushes the dung out. The monkey finds it. Fiki. There you go. Simba's alive. Now in the movie, he just gets a feeling, which makes more sense than trying to explain through really, really convoluted means. Oh yeah, this is what happened, and yeah, just magic. Just alive, yes. But yeah, he would be weakened from being eating only bugs and grubs. Their ecology at the end. They mentioned the ecology. They would still be messed up because he wouldn't know how to take care of anybody. He'd been exiled for all that time. Wouldn't know what to do. Besides, the females do the hunting and lion pride anyway. Yeah. That's my review of The Lion King. Remake. 2019. It's fine. It's probably better than Justice League. But that's a different category. Probably not as good as the Beauty and the Beast remake. And not quite as redundant as the Aladdin one. The visual medium of the creatures look fine, but the it was a little off. Although Seth Rogen did a good job as the warthog. It is odd that there weren't very many African Americans in an African American movie. That was strange. And there were some, but should have been more. But yeah, they showed a preview for Milan. They almost had her putting on geisha makeup. They showed her putting on some kind of makeup. But it's like, she's not a geisha. Told them that last time. Made fun of it in the parody of Mulan that I did, parody song. How can they be geishas? They can't be. There's this weird thing in Hollywood about racially charged thing in Hollywood about making all of the Asians look a certain color. When Chinese people of mid-China, mainland China, are as pale as white people. They're white. So they wouldn't be geishas because why would they make themselves look whiter? It doesn't make sense. They wouldn't do that. And in Japan, they're slightly tan, but even a little olive, but not, certainly not any other colors like people thought. I don't know. But yeah, it's like, no, they're slightly tan in Japan. So when the Japanese would want to look more Chinese, they would put on geisha makeup to try to look more Chinese. Because they were near China. Try to look more like that. So a Chinese person putting on geisha makeup would be like a white person putting on a layer of cake makeup and foundation to try to look whiter. It just doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't do that. You just wouldn't do that. Hopefully, I don't know. They might have screwed that one up. And they did get some Asian actors in it, unfortunately. Would have been interesting if they got nothing but white ones. There was a Maleficent sequel as well. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, yeah. Like, why don't they just get on with the Sleeping Beauty thing and just do it? If they want to do, yeah, just do the story. Yeah. So yes. So yeah. Yeah. My review of the Lion King movie, and yeah.